Ah! Don't ever let anybody tell you I'm not technologically challenged. Sometimes I truly, truly am. Let's see if this is gonna get all up it 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 up. Aslan is here early. It's gonna show me online. There we go, there we go, there we go. Hello, Aslan. That's not what I wanted you to do. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm trying to get all of my windows set while logging into the TikTok. I did not get that one set up yet. My bad. Go ahead and get everything going like how I normally do it. That's not what I wanted off. That's what I want off. Hit the button. Listen, I did not sufficiently prepare today. In case y'all are wondering, I do this thing where I go places after work and then I do things and stuff. Hi everyone, I'm going to get it all set up correctly in a second. Oh my goodness, can you not be... There we go. There we go. Got it done. All right, sorry y'all. Huh. Let me get my chat in the right spot. Hello, 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 hello. Thank you. Yes. Medical staff appointments. Yeah, they are. I understand that. You can see that. Places to be, things to do. Let's see who all we gotta have. Yoshi was literally the first one in here. Thank you, BMC. Aslan, hello again. Ryu, that's pretty funny. Todaka. That sucks, actually, though. It does suck. Oh, that makes sense, Yoshi. I do need to up the size of my computer. Hey, John, I'm doing well. I hope you are. Oh, I get that, Yoshi. Yes, the dog is in the background. Hey, no name, 411. Hello, Lindy. Already said hi to you, Marine. I know you guys don't think that I work a job. I know. It's so funny. Coco's World. Hello, Rodney. Hello, Dan. Prime. Whiskey. Do places and do things. Jaylee, I wish, the animals need to come in here because those are really the bosses. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you have animals, those are the real bosses. Hey, Kay. They tell you what to do and all the things. Y'all don't forget, as you are coming in over on TikTok, to be double tapping that screen, run the likes up because TikTok, if y'all don't know it yet, y'all run the show on how fast I get started and everything. So tippy tapping that screen is the best way to go. Also, if anybody's ever able to, thank y'all. Y'all did amazing. Because why not, Molo? I don't know. I just have it. I can't explain to you why. I just have that. There's a lot of channels that have those features. I was actually in one today. So it's just, I don't know. Exactly, I don't. Ooh, David, thank you for renewing your sub. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, well, it's okay. Realistically, if we can somehow clear out my GIF gallery, that would be fantastic over on the TikTok streets while the dog is having fun. The dog is having fun. It was great, Cabin. I definitely did, still enjoyed my time when I got offline. That was also awesome. Ah! It is, isn't it, Whiskey? It is. Yeah, right? Yeah. Hi, everyone. Summer, go lay down, sweetie. Can you stop stealing my socks? So I don't know if you guys know this. I did, thank you. But apparently, Australian Shepherds, it's very, very common for them to want to just basically herd your socks. Okay? All she wants to do is bring me socks. So... Oh, that's true, Ryu. I used to have a laptop, so I get, yeah, she does. She's still the socks. Sit. Summer, sit down. Give me my sock. Let go. And it's right here. Can you not? Lay down. Come on, mamas. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Moose, for the galaxy. Oh, crud buckets. She herds me around the house. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh, thank you for the kitty. I love it. I love the cats. Okay. The kitty kneading is like my favorite thing. Okay. Did I what? Did I what? Y'all can ignore this. I'm just putting this in here since I can't put it up on the screen because of TikTok and their ness. Okay. Summer is 4 years old in answer to that question. Oh, no, that makes sense, Moose. You go ahead and do that. Mine. Okay, so sometimes she tries to be helpful with my slippers, except I keep my slippers on my side of the bed, obviously, because, you know, I get up that way, right? And she will grab my slipper out from under me and then be like, see, I got your slipper. And it's like, I was about to put that on. Thank you, Martinez. I was gonna tell you guys something. What was I gonna tell you? Hopefully, oh, there is a Bailey. Hopefully, you guys might see me on a collab soon with somebody. Maybe. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
25.
25. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I actually am, yeah, but this call isn't about me.
Yeah, it is. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today? What? This call isn't about me. Huh? Aslan, I don't know. Why did that not pop up? That's supposed to pop up. Oh, duh. I didn't activate Twitch yet. My bad. Twitchies. My cats will steal my socks, and when they are mad at me, they will give them back as presents for snuggles or brushings or treats or playtime. Zoe's so smart. In winter, she will bring me my thermal socks. That's cute. That's so cute. I know it popped up there, but normally, you know how I do this? I like put it up on the screen like that. I'm saying like I hadn't started that yet. My bad. I hadn't started the chat yet. Guys, the call is literally about the person calling. That was a weird comment. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 19.
Okay, are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No, I actually don't support Donald Trump at all. I just thought I'd call. I was scrolling on YouTube.
Okay, well, man, I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep.
How old are you?
17.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to say what I normally say. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hey, how you doing? My bad. Our call got disconnected.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. So can you
yeah,
tell me what has you questioning
I'm not even
your
calling for myself. I'm calling for a friend who would like to debate you.
It's not a debate, it's commentary.
Are you willing to have a commentary with him?
Sure.
He's a great and powerful man. His name is Ronald B. Stinger Savage, a.k.a. Ronald Trump, a.k.a. the hip-hop.
I don't know what that was. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
here.
How old are you?
22.
22. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, I'm just questioning, like, what's going on with, like, the soldiers in the United States because I have a bunch of friends and as well as myself that were previously in the military, and we're wondering about the support for the VA troops.
Okay. Are you like, how do you mean like you're questioning it? I honestly don't understand what you're saying.
It's like, so I watched your stream yesterday,
Okay.
with like the vaccinations and stuff when COVID was going on or whatever, like past stuff. And I understand that. But what about the vaccinations? So there was a guy that was on the phone that was talking about vaccinations, and when it comes down to the military, he has never been in the military, but he has friends. But I was in the military,
Mm-hmm. And you would know that
and
like every vaccine under the sun is required when you're in the military. If you are PCSing into another country or being stationed overseas, like you get all sorts of vaccinations for things that you may or may not even like that may or may not still be in existence, right? As far as diseases go.
right,
And that's
yeah,
just kind of how
yeah,
it
I
goes
understand.
with the military.
Yeah, I understand that. But we also had to get prior via deployment reasons, just because like it might happen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Even when you
And
PCS, you
I'm
have to get
wondering if that's
additional ones.
forceful. So like with COVID, was it forceful?
So are all of the other ones. Like you're still required. If you have no out, like you're still required to get them.
Right, but so like let's say we go to we go to a different country, right? COVID in other countries like Northern Europe, Eastern Europe, they didn't even have to do the COVID vaccinations.
Okay. I have a suggestion for everybody. If you are military, former military, current military, whichever way it goes, right? And you have an issue with vaccines, okay? Then you need to write to them, I don't know, to the Department of War, Department of Defense, whatever, and ask them to do away with the requirement for all vaccinations. How about that? Because as long as the
You can't.
requirement is in place for all vaccinations for all service members, then the argument falls flat when it comes to the C19 vaccination. It just does. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Last caller, please call back. Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
No, I appreciate you. All right, guys, 1 second. I'm gonna mute this, and I did not mean to hang up on this guy, but I don't want you guys to potentially hear a voicemail. So hold on. It's just me. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. I was trying to hit decline on the incoming call and hit. Okay. Well, luckily you just had the automated message going through, so I ended that real quick. All right, my bad, guy. I did not mean to do that. Dude, you said you didn't vote for Trump. You're not my target audience. Or you didn't support Trump. You're not my target audience. There we go. Thank you, Bluebird. Thank you. Oh, well. People say weird things. Thank you. Anyways, what I was trying to say is that unless you are advocating to get rid of all vaccinations that all military members have the potential for getting, right, that aren't required to be obtained when you go to other countries by those country laws, then your reasoning against the C-19 vaccination when it comes to enlisted service members falls flat. Haha, I thought that thing was something else. Hi, how old are you?
Can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement?
What has me questioning it?
Yes.
I mean, I still support him, but I'm questionable about like the immigration. I don't want to say reform, but just the aggressive immigration policy. I'm not sure if I support it to the extent that he does, but it's not like a big deal for me.
Okay. Can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Ooh, probably like some shit with Israel, like that like some peace deal was made with Israel. That a peace deal was made with Pakistan and or some sort of agreement with Pakistan and India. What's another one? I'm sure there's another one. I can't think of any right now more than that. Those are just like 2 of the biggest ones. I'm sure there's, if you said something, I'd be like, oh yeah, that'd be true.
Okay. 1 second, if you don't mind. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Okay. All right. Sorry, Sam. So when the calls come in, you can't hear, like they can't hear you, but you can hear them. It's kind of an annoying thing. Yeah, it just kind of happens. Anyway, so here's one where I do like to go to right now. Donald Trump says that the shutdown that's actively occurring right now is the Democrats' fault. Is that true? Yes or no?
I don't know. I'd say you could say that like Democrats wanting things, that them not folding to the Republican influence might be their fault, but maybe it's not like they're not like completely culpable under this. Like, I don't know if it depends how you classify like fault to mean, but it's probably not. It's probably that both sides just want things and that.
Well, here's what I'll say.
Breakdown.
So when it comes to the Democrats and what they're arguing against, right, or arguing for right now is for like the ACA subsidies to continue and to be renewed. This was something that they asked for way back in March when they voted on the continuing resolution back then. That was, signed into law where we avoided a government shutdown, just 2 months into Donald Trump's presidency. And they were promised then by Republicans that they were going to work that in to either an upcoming resolution or the big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump was touting about, right?
Yeah, I know that's the
wasn't ever done.
Subsidies.
But it wasn't ever done. The Republicans didn't uphold their agreement that they agreed to way back in March.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's the reason for the shutdown.
Yeah, 7 months later, now they're pushing for it. And I don't necessarily blame them for pushing for it, because if they were promised that and they haven't done anything, then that's kind of on the Republicans. Also, because it's the majority party in power right now, the majority party, they need to reach across the aisle and work with their counterparts that are on the other side of the political spectrum in order to get things done. But we see that they're not doing that, because do you know how long the Republicans from the House of Representatives have been out of session?
I don't. I know that they weren't in session like the week of the vote, or like the days of the coming up to the vote. They weren't in session. I'm not sure how long they've been out of session though.
They've been out of session since September 19th.
Yeah.
So
yeah, something about that.
Yeah, 40 days. So the entirety of the government shutdown, they haven't been in office, right? The Republicans in the House of Representatives. The
Yeah.
only one that shows up is Mike Johnson, and he won't even meet with the Democrats. They have to confront him in the hallways to be like, dude, we need to get things done. Why are you not doing it? And he's like, meh.
Yeah, I think there's they have political motives in grandstanding around the shutdown and who's responsible to because most Americans are really dumb. So I think blaming it on the other side and then grandstanding around how you want to get something done is probably going to be politically advantageous.
It's not. I don't think so. I don't think that a government shutdown looks good for either party. And right now, the polls show that the majority of people, including Republicans, actually blame the Republican Party for the government shutdown.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Republicans think that way, but I'd say most MAGA people would probably be yeah, it's obviously the Democrats' fault, and then this would just further their
You can look up the
radicalization.
Quinnipiac polls, which is all considered a very center polling system that they do. They all the majority of them, more than 50%, right, consider it to be the Republicans' fault on all sides of the political spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm always I guess skeptical of polling. I'm not a big believer of that as evidence and really anything. But we could just say I would just say based on my perception, the perception that I would be introduced to would be that people use this as political motive, and then the political motive just furthers further hate for the other side for not coming to the table in this case.
Yeah, I just don't see why, especially everybody wants to argue that the Democrats are keeping it shut down, except we see that an independent person, sorry, I don't remember, it's not Kristen Sinema. So it's the other, sorry, it's not Bernie Sanders, so it's the other one, and it's not Kristen Sinema because she's no longer in office. But when it comes to the Senate, here's how it was voted, right? So independents all caucus with the Democrats, right? So technically, 3 Democrats voted for the continuing resolution on the most recent vote yesterday, and 2 Republicans voted against it. 1 abstained from voting. So it's actually both sides that are keeping it shut down.
No, yeah, I agree.
Because not
I
even the
agree.
Republicans can stay on track with themselves.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
But yeah, in order for it to reopen in any way, shape, or form, they are going to need to negotiate. Not to mention the resolution that's on the desk right now. It expires. The funding still runs out on November 21st. And see, the other thing is if the Republicans really were concerned about reopening the government, at any points, they have 2 options that they could have done. Do you happen to know what those options are?
To keep it open?
No, to reopen the government.
Oh, I think genuinely that them folding, or not folding, but them just agreeing to the Medicare subsidies that we've been paying for 4 years, and it doesn't seem to have huge ramifications as far as the deficit. I think just funding those would be fine. I think there's a lot of help that can be done with those.
With making 0 changes, the Senate has 2 options in order to get this funding bill passed. Do you know what those are? If not, that's totally fine.
Voting or not, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
So the Republicans have the majority in the House, right? The Senate Majority Leader, John Thune, all he would have to do is call for a cloture vote in order to end the filibuster because they have the majority of the votes. Again, they still had 54 people voting on their side, right? Because they have the majority of the votes, they can simply get that passed through, break the filibuster, and then pass the majority and pass it into law because they still have, again, 3 Democrats that are voting in favor of the continuing resolution, right? They have not done that even once in 29 days. Now, their other option is to rewrite the bill as a budget reconciliation. That only requires a simple majority, which, again, they have. They have it on both sides of Congress. They have it in the House and they have it in the Senate. And if they rewrite it as a simple budget reconciliation bill after it passes the parliamentary review, they can pass it with a simple majority and bam, it reopens. Neither things are being done. This is willfully keeping the government closed on the Republicans' part in refusing to open it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
They literally have options that they need to do.
Yeah,
They're not doing it. And
Yeah,
even
I agree.
Marjorie Taylor Greene says the same things. Just freaking wild to me.
Which I did see that her tweet or whatever that she wasn't happy. But no, I agree. I think they could do more, no doubt.
Yeah. So that's just like my problem, like, or my issue with it.
Well, I'm sure you had issues with Trump before that. I mean, obviously.
No, I mean, specifically this budget resolution. Like, listen, guys, I will be the first one to say that I'm not happy with the Democratic Party and the shit that they're doing with not making sure that our military members are paid, because the Republicans were smart. They they put forward a separate appropriations bill just to pay our United States military, and the Democrats in Congress voted against it. And I think that's absolute trash, because our service members overseas and their family absolutely deserve to still get paid and be able to make sure that they can pay their mortgage every single month. But I do believe that about all of our government employees, they still deserve to get paid throughout this.
I think other like air traffic controllers, I think is like the most, or I think that's like the most wild one, like not paying air traffic controllers. Like TSA, that's cool too. TSA and air traffic control. But I didn't come up here necessarily to talk about the government shutdown.
Oh, well, I mean, that's kind of how I run things, though, so.
Oh, I thought you'd like do like Trump debates. My bad.
Hold on. Okay. Well, let me see something. We'll see. Yeah, no, I mostly try to talk about his lies, and if people can be, what's the word? Honest with themselves that he is lying, which it seems like you can be.
Yeah, I mean, most presidents lie or maybe infatuate things or exaggerate
I think
things.
that's a cop-out.
No, I mean, I'm not saying it's like you don't. It's like without culpability. I'm just saying that he does and others do, and
Yeah.
it's probably going to be like the nature of the political system, or at least
Give
the
me just
Democratic political
one
system.
second. Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody says I'm manipulating you. Am I manipulating you?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Just wanted to check. 1 second. Oh, well, every time I go to answer the call, they hang up. They're annoying. Thank you. I can't read the name. Oh, Dagan, thank you for the $4.99. Release the files. 1 second. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Bah. Sorry, yes.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 22, why?
Because TikTok terms of service.
Brr, brr, pop-up.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay, are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I am.
See you, Sammy. Thanks for coming up. Okay, and what has you question your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I don't like his tariffs.
Valid, absolutely valid. Okay. And can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told?
Huh?
Can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Not off the top of my head.
No. Donald Trump claims that he'd ended 7 wars in 7 months. Is that true?
I've only heard about one.
Only one? What war?
I don't exactly know which one. I don't know the name of it.
You don't know the name of it? Okay.
I forgot that.
Donald Trump, so when he was giving a speech to the United Nations, he actually listed out the wars that he believes he's ended. Okay. What was going on between Egypt and Ethiopia?
I do not know, actually. I didn't follow
Hi,
that.
Moose. I'll help you out. It's a diplomatic dispute over a dam being built on the Nile. And guess what? That diplomatic dispute
awesome.
is still ongoing. And during that entire time, not once did either side ever threaten, guess what? Ever threatened military hostilities or military escalation. And they
Mhm.
still haven't today, but they're still having the exact same dispute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So it doesn't really sound like it was ended nor prevented.
Mhm. My other thing is, what about the border? Because I still am hearing about drugs getting into this country.
Yeah, because we also make them here.
Sure.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, that's not what I want. Drugs are made here too.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, okay, buddy. Someone's asking what my sources are. Well, you're not being specific on what it is, so I'll go ahead and use it to go ahead and do a little self promo here. Guys, if you check the link tree in my bio, I just want to let you guys know that you can get 40% off from Ground News, which is an excellent source in order to see the bias of what website is reporting on what, how factually they've been rated based off of how many checks they failed or have successfully achieved, like passed. And I think that would be awesome. Like, you get 40% off that plan. They also do have free version as well. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 19 years of age.
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Sorry, what was that?
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes, ma'am. He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I support him mainly because he has cut taxes a lot, and he's also
No,
very
no.
strict on the border.
Sorry, I didn't ask you why you're still supporting him. I asked you what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today.
I'm a little confused on the topic of abortion.
That has you questioning it? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think it will.
Oh, why you gotta be weird? Why are you guys always so weird? Hey guys, hot take, men aren't funny. Oops. All right, let me see if this is working. Hey, I got it up there. Oh, where are your sources, Mysterious? I haven't seen you give anything for your stuff, okay? You can look at the Brennan Center for Justice. You can look at the Brookings Institute. Like, where do you want to go, Pookie Pie? You can look at, guess what? There's also this awesome thing called the Institute on the Study of War. There are not wars happening there. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Did you know that Skibbity Diddy is
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
How you doing?
Hi, how old are you?
I am 34 years old.
34. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I don't question my support at all. I think the movement is actually doing a fantastic job trying to eradicate everything that is the problem to this country.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Oh, really quickly. Mysterious, I gave you 4. Apparently your ears weren't open, but ma'am, I gave you 4 separate resources. I hope that helps. Okay. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office this year?
What lie has he told? Can you please explain to me where you're getting your information from?
I'm sorry.
But
You don't believe that Donald Trump has told any lies? Is that what you're
aside from the
saying?
fascist media, right, that you guys have created, correct?
Fascist media? I'm sure you can't even
Fascist
define
media,
what fascism
the
is.
false liberation that is causing our
What are the
entire
14
community
tenets
to
of
be
fascism?
afraid.
What are the 14 tenets of fascism?
I can tell you right now. It's
So
all
tell me,
these
what are
little
the 14
blue-haired
tenets
liberals
of
running around
fascism?
saying that this
Is
isn't
my
fair
hair
and that isn't
blue?
fair. Let me
Wait,
explain
I'm so
something to
sorry.
you.
Did I miss
Let me
the part where
explain
my
something to
hair
you.
was
Don't interrupt
blue?
me.
Hold
Don't
on,
interrupt me.
guys.
Let
Are
me
you
explain something to
also...
you. Life
Wait,
isn't
no,
fair.
I don't want to... Sorry, I don't want to be, like, ableist or anything, but are you colorblind? Serious question.
Am I colorblind?
Are you colorblind?
No, I can actually see.
Oh, okay. So then if you looked at the screen, if you looked at the screen, can you remind me, like, wait, is my hair blue or is it pretty fucking brunette?
It doesn't matter if your hair is blue, brunette, black.
Oh,
if you're
okay.
A liberal, you're
Well,
a
if
liberal.
it's brunette,
You're
so
supporting
I
the
just
wrong
want to
group,
say,
and you're allowing ridiculousness into this country.
yeah.
If you don't want to agree with it,
Well,
that's
you
fine.
you
That's your choice.
specifically were
But
like,
there are people that
blue-haired
do believe
people
it.
are the problem, and it's like that seems like very triggered moments. Like my hair is brown.
Oh my God, triggered. Oh
Yeah,
man, that's a fun
you.
word. You know what else is a
Can
fun
you?
word?
I'm still waiting for
Homophobic.
you to tell me. Can
explain
you
to me the
still? Can
definition
you
of
tell
phobic?
me what are the 14 tenets of fascism?
No,
What are
you
the
tell
14
me,
tenets of
what is the
fascism?
definition of phobia?
What
No,
are
you
what are
tell
the
me, what is the
14 tenets of
definition of
fascism?
phobia?
I've been waiting for
I'll
you to
tell you the
answer this
definition of
question for a
phobia. The
moment.
phobia is to
What
have
are the
fear of
14
something,
tenets of
to be fearful
fascism? What
of
are the
something.
14 tenets of
You're not-
fascism?
you
What
don't-
are the 14 tenets of fascism? You said it was a fascist media, so we're trying this out. What are the 14 tenets of fascism? It shouldn't be hard. "14 tenets of fascism," maybe? What are those? Got nothing? Okay, bye.
Let me tell
You ain't got nothing. Okay, guys, over on TikTok, we should have been at 50,000 likes 6 minutes ago. So can you guys be sure to get us up to 50,000 likes in the next 5 minutes? That would be great. And so who was this person again? Oh, yeah, Mysterious. I told you the Brookings Institute is a good one. You can also look like at the International Study of War is also a good one. And I hope that helps. Those are 2 of the 4 that I mentioned that you apparently weren't listening when I said them after you were like, I demand sources. Okay, go. All right, can we get a serious Trump supporter to call into the line? That would be fantastic. See, now that's working. Why is this like half working? Trump is threatening to invade America with our military. Yeah. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Howdy.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20? Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I don't know nothing about. I might support him.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
What year did you graduate high school?
What?
Yeah. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
So I actually haven't supported Trump for a minute now.
WU. Have a great day, man. I am just looking for MAGA supporters. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
21. Are you still supporting Donald Trump? Oh, gosh.
I am. Yes, I am.
You are? Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
You said why I'm questioning it.
Yes.
I question a couple of things that he's done.
I'd say the first one is the support for Israel while we're in this government shutdown.
Okay.
I question it just because of kind of the priorities of work that we have within the government. The first one should be passing a spending bill. I'm actually employed in the United States military. I won't go too much into further detail on that.
Okay.
And I believe that, funding certain other priorities, as I guess we'll call it, is not necessary, and our priority should be funding our departments and not, other countries or support for other countries at this time. That's the one thing I'll give up on MAGA.
Okay. That's totally fair. Are you able to identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office in 2025?
3 lies?
Yes.
Not at this time, but am I debating in support or against Donald Trump? I'm a little bit confused. I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, no, see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to pressure you on your support in Donald Trump and to see if you're able to be critical within that support of him. Like,
Yeah, most certainly. I mean, I disagree with a couple of things.
yeah. So that's why I asked, like, can you identify 3 lies that he's told?
Yeah. I mean, I believe it comes from both parties, especially during the campaigning term. One specific lie. I may not be able to give 3, but I can give a couple off my mind. First one being, let's see, probably support regarding. Let me use one that I'm more familiar with. Probably backing with the abortion. Let's talk about abortion. I'm a little bit more knowledge in this. So
He hasn't done
had to use
anything about, he hasn't said anything specifically about
and
abortion
that's
since
I'll
2025.
get to a lie. I'll get to a lie on that. One thing that he promised, he actually said that a promise that he made was for abortion to be up to the states. But this has had to been done by a Supreme Court case decision rather than an effort made on his own. So it's rather made by other people rather than himself. You
Okay.
get where I'm coming from?
Yeah. What's another one?
If I can give another one, I'd say probably war started. I'll give that one up. It was a ridiculous lie. A little bit one that he boasted too much about no new war starting in I guess in the entirety of the world. But if we look at we have Ukraine and Russia still going on, which he also promised that would end. But however, we still have some firefights going on there, and then with the whole conflict with Israel and sorts like that. So I'd say that's 2 separate lies, but that's 3 things that I feel like could be improved.
I'm just curious, have you been paying attention to Donald Trump and what he's been saying since he was elected president? Because that's actually what I was asking is what lies has he told since he was inaugurated into office this year? And all of these things were 2020 and then 2024, not 2025. Also, TikTok, 75,000 likes in the next 10 minutes.
Gotcha. I've been paying attention a little bit just with the time that I have. Just again, I do work full time, but
No
from
problem.
what I've been watching, I try to watch and do my own research separately from other news sources, including avoiding the far right and far left news media such as like CNN or Fox. I try to do my research based off
Good. Nobody should watch either one of
new
those
to that.
channels.
I'm sorry?
Said good. No one should watch either one of those channels.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Fox and CNN are both entirely corrupted, and I believe that we should be seeking more bipartisan news sources, ones that report directly the actions that are happening rather than support or disdain or credit to what's going on a specific person.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, here, Donald Trump, you're aware that the Bureau of Labor Statistics recently released the inflation report for September of 25?
Yes, is that inflation report by annual or by month?
It does it both.
Okay, so are you going by month or by year? Like,
I'll
how
give
are
you
you measuring
both.
this?
I'll give you both. Like, because again, the BLS does it, they're very exhaustive in the way that they write out their report. Like, it's not short, it's never just a short thing, right? So, year over year, inflation is up 3%, right? So, like, our inflation for the month of September is listed at 3%, okay? Which is up
Okay.
from September of 2024, which was at 2.4%, right? So really that's a 0.6 difference, but it's still a higher inflation. Inflation is going up, okay? Month over month, it was a 0.3% increase on the cost of
0.3.
goods.
Okay.
Okay.
And why
So-
do you think that is?
Why tariffs, job layoffs? Cool. So, but Donald Trump is continuing to tell the American people and the American public that he has, quote, ended inflation. And yet we see that inflation went up month over month, year over year.
Okay. I'm trying to see why you think that is. Like, what actions has Donald Trump
Tariffs.
did or
Literally tariffs,
Tariffs?
sir. Yes.
I would beg to disagree on that part just because
Okay.
it's
That's fine.
there.
Let's try this real quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you like a hypothetical, or actually this one's not a hypothetical anymore. We have a 15% tariff. The United States imposes a 15% tariff on all imports coming out of Japan, right? So when we're importing, let's say, airbags from Japan, okay, for our cars,
Okay.
who is paying that 15% tariff to the United States government?
It would be either the company itself, depending on how that country manages paying tariffs, but it usually is the company itself that pays that tariff.
Are you talking
Or,
about the seller?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what was the other option you were going to go into?
It's honestly that it's a little bit of a stretch, but I believe that at some points that some countries, depending on whether that country is exporting itself, like the government is exporting the product itself, that they would have to pay for that.
Wrong. So, when we have a 15% import tariff on another country such as Japan, it is not the seller that is paying the American government. It is the American importer, which means it's an upfront cost on all products that they choose to purchase and bring into the United States of America, which they do ultimately pass it on to the consumer in one way, shape, or form because they are paying more just to bring it into the country. So automatically we see, well, not automatically, but it just gets typically passed on to the consumer. Procter & Gamble has specifically said, like the makers of Tide have specifically said that they can no longer eat the cost of paying these tariffs, and they're not able to source everything within the United States of America to make them all here. So they are passing on the cost of these goods, of their product, onto the consumer, resulting in higher prices at the stores. But it's 100% of the time, it is always the American importer that pays that tariff amount to the United States government because it's a tariff on imports, not on exports.
Okay.
So
and
therefore,
there's a
inflation. And
couple
I
of
don't know
points.
if anybody's ever listened to Jerome Powell talk, but when he lowered interest rates back in September, he very explicitly stated that tariffs are causing an effect on inflation. How big that effect is not yet to be told.
Okay, and there's a lot to break down in what you just said there. I first want to attack the point that you made that the costs are passed on to the consumer. That's not
always, but
true.
most of them they do get passed on to it. And I gave you one company example.
Okay, well that's one company example out of many, like almost millions. And then the second point, if you allow me to make it, is that who are these companies? Where are these companies based? Are they
Walmart,
transnational
Target,
companies?
Nike, Adidas, Stanley, Black & Decker, Mattel, Philips, they have all announced that they will raise their prices as a result of tariffs.
And is
Puma,
that because
Columbia
of
Sportswear,
contracting
Procter &
outcomes?
Gamble, Conagra, Mattel, Philips Hue, Nintendo, Ford, Subaru, General Motors, sorry, I said that so wrong, Stellantis,
Sure,
Best
and
Buy,
these are
Macy's, and
companies.
Costco.
Sure, and these are companies that, well, not all of them, but many of
Sorry,
many
the
of what you
retailers
said,
are
like
like brand name retailers, right? Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Macy's, and Costco. Everybody knows them.
Yes, and they're American companies. So I'm saying I'm
They
bringing up Ford and
are.
General Motors, for example. But
Yes.
they are contracting out. They are contracting out some of the supplies that they, products that they bring into the United States. For example, General Motors, for example. I've worked on vehicles for a long time, especially
I
military.
don't care about your
Humvee
anecdotal
vehicles.
stories, dude. You asked me
Well,
for more
they're
than
not
just one
anecdotal.
company,
They're
and I gave
products
you
being
several
assembled
listings of
in the
them.
United States.
It's anecdotal. I don't need to hear about your life experiences. Those are anecdotal. Just get to your point.
Well, no, I'm telling you as a matter of fact, as a matter
No, you're
of real
arguing from a
thing, that
position
these
of
products.
authority, which is a logical fallacy, which we're not doing, okay? So
Well,
just get to your
I'm
point.
very aware. I'm telling you that
Yeah,
as
you're arguing from a
certified.
position of authority, or you're trying to take in a position of authority. I've been there, I've done that, listen to me, I know more. No, we're not doing that. That is a logical fallacy. So again, let's just get to your points without doing my life experience is X, Y, and Z.
Okay, I won't even include my life experiences. I will
That's all I'm
say,
asking for.
but if you look at the manuals for Chevrolet, which is a General Motor brand, that their products used in some of their vehicles are assembled by third-party companies that they contract, which import into the United States.
Correct. A lot of
The
what we
goal
do
of
is we move, sorry, not we, but car manufacturers, this is well known, right? They don't hide this. This is well known. They move their cars throughout the assembly process between the United States and another country like Canada or another country like Mexico, right? Which because of the USMCA should have been exempt from tariffs. These specific tariffs that was supposed to make auto parts and everything, like part of that construction, like the assembly of autos, was supposed to be exempt from these tariffs. But Donald Trump has said, fuck the USMCA that I signed in 2018. Or sorry, no, it was 2020. And we're just gonna do what we want with these tariffs, right?
Okay, go on.
And there
go
are
on.
parts that they have to purchase internationally, airbags being a major one that they do purchase internationally. They also purchase parts for AC, the AC unit within your car. Microchips are so largely produced overseas and not enough are made here in the United States of America. So until that infrastructure is built up, which takes about 3 to 5 years, if they're lucky for autos, right, to get to here, like to get that infrastructure built up. We're going to see them continue to purchase from international sellers because that's their option to get it and to complete the cars to get them to the market.
Okay, all right. And then I want to ask you, are all these parts that you just listed earlier able to be produced, or excuse me, manufactured within the United States. You
Not
mentioned
all of them.
airbags, for example, right?
Not everything is
Not
able to
all
be
of them,
produced
right?
here.
But I'm
So, but
saying some
even
of
then,
them.
like even if we produce them here, which again requires manufacturing, and if they don't already have plants set up for that or the assembly of that, then it's going to need, sorry, they're going to need to purchase another building or expand on the building that they already have, right? And then get the parts in there, hire the labor forces, etc., just to get them up and running. And that takes several years to get done. Again, it's 3 to 5 years at minimum. Like, for example, the Hyundai plant in Georgia, that broke ground in 2022, and it was supposed to open for the batteries, and it was supposed to open next year. And now that opening date is delayed because of Donald Trump and ICE, right? Like, just to give an example, like that broke ground and was announced in 2022. It took them 4 years to get it up and running, and it's not even up and running yet because it's supposed to have been open and up and assembling everything and manufacturing stuff next year, right? Like, that's the
You've
thing.
heard of assembly line production before, correct?
Yes, I know, but you still have to get the pieces in there in order for you to even start the assembly process. And again, if you're asking them to convert their facility that they already have, that still takes time. In order for them to convert an entire facility into making one specific product when it was assembling cars instead. So and then where are they going to then assemble cars within the United States? They then have to move their manufacturing to another state, assuming that they have another facility that they can convert to that manufacturing. At the end of the day, the majority of them are going to need to open new facilities and get the equipment going in them and hire people to work those jobs. It's not that easy.
Okay, you mentioned all of that as if it's a bad thing. Isn't the
I'm
goal
not
to
saying
bring
it's a
more
bad thing.
jobs
I'm
here?
saying it takes time, right? And so while we have these tariffs on vehicles, that is again ignoring the USMCA, which was a trade deal that Donald Trump himself wrote and signed with Mexico and Canada, and he's ignoring it and violating the deal, right? It wasn't even supposed to be up for renewal, or sorry, review. Midway review is next year, right? It's a 10-year
It's
deal.
still
He's literally
it would
violating the
still require
USMCA.
international business.
Only with Mexico and Canada. Only with those two countries. But the point I'm saying is we have sweeping tariffs on the majority of countries, right? All countries are facing tariffs from the United States of America. There are like no exceptions to any country getting no tariffs, right? And when companies have to buy parts from all of these different countries to make the vehicle here, they are having to pay that 15, 20, 25, 30% tariff to the United States government for the value of that order coming into the country. And because Donald Trump did away with the de minimis clause, which allowed imports valued under $800 to be exempt from tariffs, now even small businesses are paying tariffs, or even just individual people, like, I don't know, you, me, if we make stuff, right? Like if we made stuff and we sold it on Etsy or something, right? Just as a random off example. They're now paying tariffs on something that probably only cost them $300 to get in. And now they have to pay that tariff to the American government, which is costing them money, right? That's why tariffs are inherently inflationary, because companies have to pay upfront a cost just to get the good into the country. And that's not even including the cost for their assembly, what they're putting it into, the cost to get it out to market. None of that.
Okay, and sorry, you're saying a lot there, so I'm trying to break it down as much as I can to attack each point. So the first one being the parts that they're having to bring in or import in order to construct these. What I was saying originally is some of these products, right? You know, I know an airbag, you just can't throw it together, right? It requires literally explosives in order to make an airbag, which we actually produce here, right? The material that we use for airbags, I'm not quite sure what we use. It's some type of If I had to guess, I don't have internet right now.
I
It's
want to
the-
be honest with you on something. I think what you're getting hung up on is you're hung up on individual pieces or individual items that are brought into the United States of America for foreign countries, and you're wanting to break down that item and see what we could have made here in America versus going overseas. I'm not telling you, nor
is
am
the
I
goal.
saying that you're trying. I understand that that's the goal, but you're trying to give me a solution for these companies in order to avert or avoid tariffs. And I think that's what you're getting hung up on, and it's not going to progress the conversation. So let me try this. I want to like bare bones this for a second. Can you agree, yes or no, that the American importer is the one that pays that 15%, 20%, whatever percentage tariff on to the American government when they import a good? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, of course that we
Great.
or no,
Donald
no.
Trump,
No,
that's also
actually, I
another lie
disagree.
that Donald Trump
I
has been
disagree,
told,
because that's
been
not always
telling.
true all the time.
It's sorry, that is literally always true. Companies, foreign companies can do something to lessen the cost on the importer. That's like bringing
That's
like
one
the
business
buyer,
tactic out of
but they
many.
still, the American importer is the one that is responsible to pay that cost to the American government every single time at the end of the day, quite literally. For the exporter,
You're
so the
saying that for
seller
all.
can do stuff to lessen the costs. But that's up to their choice, their prerogative, whether they, let's say, lower their price in order to incentivize the American importer to purchase that item and then have to be subject to a tariff that is required to be paid to the American government. There is literally no ifs, ands, or buts. It's literally the person that purchases it, the person that is picking up those items, that valued item, into the country that is paying that 15% to the American government. There is literally no argument there.
Okay.
It comes out of that bank account at the end of the day, regardless.
No.
That's why I needed to bare bones this with you.
I disagree. I disagree with that. The point that you made.
Can
that
you
it's
prove me wrong
always
then?
going to happen.
Prove me wrong.
Okay. Yes. I'm gonna prove you wrong with a simple question and a follow-up. Okay. What is the purpose behind businesses?
To make a profit.
Exactly. If they're going to pass off these tariffs, for example, onto the consumer, right? And there's different tactics in order to avoid these tariffs, these extra costs. They're going to sell the best product that they can for profit at the cheapest rate that they can in order to gain attention. No?
No, they're going to look for the cheapest option to purchase.
Okay, that's another tactic that you just introduced, right?
Oh, these
So
are tactics
they are
to you.
going
Got
to
it.
find different
You're
ways
awesome.
to. Yes, they're going to find these different ways in order to introduce these parts, whether it be making it here or suffering with the tariffs in order to make profit, which they have to sell at the lowest level possible in order to make a profit, so that
No, they don't.
consumers can buy it.
Sorry,
If
no. They sell it
consumers
sometimes.
can't
They
pay for
no,
it, then
they
they're not
don't
gonna
sell
buy
it at the lowest price possible because guess what? Then everything would be free. What they do is they actually sell it at the highest margin that they know people will purchase it at in order to make that
Exactly.
profit. No, you said the opposite. This is how you don't have a basic understanding of microeconomics, nor do you have any understanding of macroeconomics at this point. So I'm going to refer you to something, okay? This is called the Tax Foundation, which is right-leaning, okay? They published this in February 19, 2025. They've been very critical about Donald Trump and his claim that it's the foreign companies that pay the cost of tariffs, okay? And they are very clear that it is the American importers who pay that tariff. They are very clear on who pays the tariffs. Here we go. When the United States imposes tariffs on imports, businesses in the United States directly pay the import taxes to the United States government from their purchases from abroad. Again, there is literally no way around that point that I made, that you couldn't even agree on a basic point, that again, no matter what the circumstances are, it is always the American importer that pays the cost of the tariff percentage to the American government on all imports. It is always them. It is always them.
Alrighty. Okay.
I think
mean,
you need to get a more
I see your-
basis understanding of tariffs before you try to make this argument. That's why I think, and I mean this with no hate to you, that is why I feel like you needed to try to attack the items that are being imported. That's your word, by the way, attack. The items being imported versus actually going towards the argument that was being made that you still couldn't agree on. I encourage you to do research on the tariffs. The tariffs are inherently
of course, I'll continue
inflationary.
to do my research.
Ronald Reagan himself agrees that tariffs are inflationary. Jerome Powell said it point blank, tariffs are inflationary.
You're awesome.
Friendly reminder to those who forgot, the person who appointed Jerome Powell was Donald J. Trump.
Yeah,
The
sure.
person who
I mean, I
absolutely
definitely get your point there.
loves Ronald Reagan is Donald J. Trump. Ronald
Sure.
Reagan
and I also
did
want to
not like
ask the
tariffs.
subject. What is the subject matter for the tariffs, right? Why are we doing some of these tariffs, right? Each tariff, right, is imposed either through, the president and the cabinet, for example, right? Or
Oh, no,
the
sorry.
cabinet
Donald
advising
Trump,
him.
I just want to be very clear. Donald Trump is actively violating the 16th Amendment of the United States Constitution by unilaterally deciding that he's the one that gets to impose tariffs. It's literally illegal. I hope that
Okay,
helps too.
and
he's also
well,
given
okay,
he's
cool.
also
I mean,
given
it's an
the
alleged
defense.
violation.
So right now the United States is like the defendant in this argument, but he's given the prosecution or the plaintiff heavy proof that gets to do away with this argument that this was for national security, right? Because when Canada, and by the way, I don't agree with Doug Ford having produced this commercial and taking Ronald Reagan's sentences out of order and putting them in this video that they played, this ad that they played, right? But Donald Trump proved in his Truth Social post that these tariffs are at his will because he gets upsetty spaghetti, because he went out on Truth Social that they lied, they didn't take it down enough, so now 10% more tariffs on all items from Canada, right? That just disproves his entire claim that he gets to unilaterally assess tariffs on all of these countries outside of Congress due to national security, which was his original claim that he tried to make. And it's just not true, right? And he's proven that. His tariffs that he put on Brazil, his tariffs that he's putting on Colombia, his tariffs that he's putting on coffee. Can you tell me the one place in the entirety of the United States of America that is capable of growing coffee beans?
Right. Okay.
Hawaii. I'll give you that answer. It's Hawaii. Hawaii does not have the capacity to fully sustain all of America on coffee beans. They cannot grow enough. They just literally cannot.
Okay. Good deal.
So coffee
this
should be
time,
exempted
I am
import tariffs.
at this time. I am going to go ahead and withdraw from debating at this time. It was a good debate with you. I definitely appreciate all the facts and circumstances you brought to me. It was good. Continue what you're doing. I'll be with you. Have a
No
good day.
problem. You too. Bye. Let me read through some of these. Thank you guys. Let's see. Mr. Sakit says, I appreciate you. This is exhausting stuff, but remember to meet their misguided lack of education with kindness. Only way to win them over. I hope I did that with that last caller. It was a little bit exhausting, and I do admit that. Aslan, sorry, I missed a couple of yours. I'm the one manipulating evil laugh. We aren't even funny. No, Yeah, sorry. Yeah, men can be funny looking, but they're just not. Sorry. The caller that tried calling be funny was not funny. I try to be, guys. Maybe the real blue hair monsters he's scared of is the friends we made along the way. That's funny. TY for what you do. Thank you. Let's see. I'm amazed. I mean, amazed at how MAGA still don't get it that consumers pay the tariffs, not the nation or the company in the foreign nation that exports to the United States. Thank you, Shadow, so much for the $20. That's why I literally had to circle it back to bare bones question of who, if we have a 15% tariff on a country like Japan, who is paying that 15% on the value of those goods to the United States government? And he still couldn't unequivocally agree that it is the United States companies. It is the businesses here,
You're
right?
awesome.
And like, it just, that literally kind of broke me a little bit. I admit that. Guys, if you're new over on TikTok, be sure to hit that follow button, and all of the spaces on the red app, on the tubes, it's subscribe for free. On Twitch, on Twitchy, it's hitting follow as well. Okay. Shadow also said, take American candy, for instance. Now that American candy companies know we have to pay more for Chinese, Swiss, German, etc. candy, they United States candy companies can and do get away with charging more. Happy Halloween. Exactly. That's the whole point. It's not even just when companies see that another company, a competitor, has raised their prices, that means they too get to increase their prices at the store. They do. They get away with it because they know somebody will pay $35.99 for an item that costs them $12 to produce, right? So they see that $35.99 is being paid by people. They can look up these things, right? And then they're like, I can go ahead and up that, and I can charge it at $36.50, and somebody will pay for it. Or they can do $35.98, 1 cent cheaper. You think that penny wouldn't make a difference, but it absolutely does. Food stamps originally told me I don't qualify for food stamp. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see. I don't know what this means, but thank you for the 2. F kindness. These people need a stern convo. I'm trying to, Degan. I'm really trying to. Okay. And thank you, Jay, for the 20. I appreciate it. Also, that's a pretty cool PFP. Not gonna lie. All right, we're gonna go ahead and open up these phone lines back up. If you are still supporting Donald Trump, call the number on the screen and I'll have a conversation with you. Also, guys, over on TikTok, let's go ahead and clear out this gift goal. But most importantly, let's keep double tapping that screen. And if you're new, again, hit that follow button. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am.
Awesome. How old are you?
20.
20. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I'm sorry?
Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement?
I was hoping we could discuss tariffs.
No, I just had a 30-minute conversation about tariffs. So how about you tell me this? I don't know if people realize this or not, but I like to start conversations off with the next caller as it's completely new, as if no one ever, like I've never had, you're the very first caller. You're the very first person on the stream. So what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement?
I actually support most of Trump. I was just looking for a conversation to see if I can be convinced otherwise.
Okay. Can you identify 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure. I mean, he definitely stretches the truth with the intent of lying.
Okay.
Do you have I can look it up.
Donald Trump says that he's, quote, ended inflation. Is that true? Yes or no?
No. Well,
so that's a lie.
Slowed it down.
He slowed it down?
Yeah.
What was the inflation rate
mean,
that
it's
was
like-
released on Friday last week from the Bureau of Labor Statistics?
Yeah.
What was that inflation
Yeah,
rate
it's
for
at
September of
3%.
25? 3%. And what does that 3% mean?
Well, the goal, they have a dual mandate to get it down to 2%, and it was at 9%. So if you're comparing,
When was it at 9%?
I mean, 3%
When was it at 9%?
when Biden was
No, what
when
what
Biden
month and
was in
year?
office?
What month and year? Because that's how inflation data works. What month and year?
I don't know off the top of my
Oh,
head. That was we'll
okay.
say 2022.
Yeah, early 2022. Cool.
Yep. And then it took
So
time.
now we're talking about 2025. So when we
Yeah.
say that September of 2025 is at a 3% inflation rate, what is that inflation rate measured off of?
From last year, it's year over year.
Year over year, the 3% is year over year, correct.
but
What
it's
was the
supposed to be
inflation rate?
2%.
What it was the inflation
It's
rate?
supposed to be 2%.
What was
It's
the
not that far
inflation
off.
rate? What was the inflation rate September 2024?
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not
2.4%.
looking at it.
2.4%. Inflation
Yeah.
is up. Now, what exactly does inflation measure?
How much more goods cost? How much more goods cost? But it's baked into it that it should be 2%. So when you say 3%, we're not that far off. And historically,
Except
if you
we
go
were
back,
at, I just want to help you out with something. We were at 2.5% in March of 2025. So month over month, we are continuing to see an increase in the percentage of inflation.
yeah.
Yeah. So
But
he
we're only
has
at
not,
3%.
quote,
You're making
ended
it sound like
inflation. That is, in fact, a lie.
I mean, it's nominal. 3% in my mind is nominal. Now, if we
Not
continue
according
on
to
a
the
track where
Fed.
it goes, I mean, the Fed's going to say what the Feds are going to say. And
I'm sorry,
I wouldn't
the
even trust
Fed,
what
the
the Fed
Federal
said.
Reserve
What
Bank
does
is
true
directly
inflation?
responsible for determining what our interest rates are, which affects people's mortgage rates, their bank loan
I understand.
rates, and things like that. So the Federal Reserve is quite, in fact, important. It's not just, quote, they're going to say what they're going to say. That's such a weird
They
thing
are
to
going to say
say.
what they're going to say. What does true inflation say the inflation is at?
It's still 3%, dude.
True inflation. The Fed has historically, it says it's at 2.1%.
Where's that data coming from?
Let me pull up the source here.
Yeah. See, AI Overview is not a source, guys.
Trueflation.com, marketplace.
Oh, okay. So
Trueflation,
not
US.
anything from a reliable source. Got it.
A lot of people use Trueflation. A
It's
lot
not
of people trust
reliable source.
Trueflation over. And you're saying the Fed is? Many people
They
would
are
say the Fed is
directly
not a reliable source.
responsible. Hello?
That doesn't mean that they're going to be a reliable
I'm not
source.
even
They're
just quoting the Fed. I'm sorry.
Why-
Does the
why-
Federal Reserve,
You're
does the
talking about
Federal
Jerome
Reserve,
Powell.
does the Federal Reserve give out inflation data, or are they utilizing inflation data in order to make decisions? Which one is it?
They put out the numbers that they're
The
likely
Federal
told to do.
Reserve
I'm
puts
not
out
sure,
the numbers
but
themselves.
no. But how they
Who
collect
puts out the numbers?
matters too.
Okay,
And
who
if you
puts out
look
the
at
numbers?
Revisions from the hold on. And if you look at revisions from the Federal Reserve, they're historically always revising numbers.
It's
So
the
you can't
Federal
just trust these
Reserve.
numbers
I'm
today.
sorry. The Federal
course,
Reserve
yes.
is revising numbers.
Yes. And you're talking about Jerome Powell, who started
Where? Can
cutting
I want
rates
you
back
you
in
obviously have a
2024.
computer that you're looking up. I want you to go ahead and Google this for me and
So
do this
BLS,
exactly.
go to
No.
BLS.
I want you to Google. Does the
Bureau of
Federal
Labor
Reserve
Statistics.
Hold on, buddy. Pookie Pie.
Oh, that's
No,
where we
no,
get
no,
our
no, no,
data.
no, 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 no,
It's
no,
from
no, no, no,
BLS.
no, no, no,
You
no,
got
no,
your
no, no,
inflation
no,
from BLS.
no. Pookie Pie. Listen to me. I want you to put in Google or DuckDuckGo or Ask Jeeves, whichever one you want to go to, and type in there, and I mean type this in verbatim. Does the Federal Reserve adjust statistics after the fact?
They're called revisions. Why don't you look up, do they revise?
No, this was your point.
How they
So
collect
you look that
data-
up. Fine. Does the Federal Reserve do revisions on inflation data?
Maybe it's the jobs data. It says yes. Does the Fed's revise jobs data? I mean, inflation data.
Did you type
Yes,
in the
federal
Fed or
government
the
revises
Federal Reserve?
inflation data
Exactly. You
through-
said
no,
the
you just now
Federal
asked, and I Googled it.
Reserve. I said the
federal
Federal
government revises inflation
Reserve.
data.
Open your ears. I said the Federal Reserve, not the federal government, because that was your claim.
No,
that the
Feds in
Federal
general.
Reserve
Yeah,
updates.
maybe not the Federal Reserve. They're just quoting what the Feds tell them.
Listen. Sometimes I ask myself, can they really be that brain dead? The answer is yes. Thank you, Mario, for the 2. Would you ever do politics? Happy belated birthday. I'm not sure. Let's all stretch and count to 10. We'll do that again. Also, guys, just so you know, Trueflation that he tried to quote still agrees with the Federal Reserve that true inflation's at 3%. So isn't that funny?
You're awesome.
Another facts over feelings. I think you're wrong. Who the fuck cares what you think when you exactly. Sorry, guys. I just want to remind everybody. Facts are objective. They are not subjective. I know that's hard. I know that's difficult. I know. I'm so sorry. Guys over on TikTok, if you are new here, don't forget to hit that follow button and be sure to share out the live. If you still support Donald Trump, call the number on the screen. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, MAGA, bitch.
Cool. How old are you?
MAGA, bitch.
Was that an age? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
42.
Okay. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Never supported neither one of them.
All right. Well, you have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Nicker.
Y'all think y'all got some with that. You ain't. Watch the full live. That's not what was said. See, what I find, it's not, I wouldn't even call it flattering, right? It's just oddly funny that there are individuals that sit and watch my live streams, okay? And then what they do is they like screen record it, or they go back and download it afterwards, and then they go through hours of time to modify it to make it things that it doesn't say. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Really funny that there are individuals that
Thank Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Naked.